What's going on, champs and chambettes? It's FireMonkey here, and if you know anything about me, you know that I do a lot of bot lobbies in Fortnite. I mean, whenever I record a YouTube video, we basically just do a bot lobby, so I don't have to worry about like zoning in and figuring out who's about to kill me or whatever else, and I can just focus on the news at hand, you know, try to get some kills here and there, and then realize how bad I am at aiming. But it appears that even if you don't want to play bot lobbies, if you play Fortnite OG, you might be entering bot lobby land against your own will. Before Fortnite OG originally released, we did see some leaks and stuff in the files relating to an actual bot lobby playlist that would work similar to how I do my normal bot lobbies, where you get a phone account, you know, a secondary account that's level 1 in your party, and then you just queue into the bot lobby mode, or I guess, you know, you just queue into the mode normally. In this case, you could do zero build, Fortnite OG, or you could do the normal OG version or whatever else, and since that new account was in your party, it would put you in the bot lobby playlist. However, as of the most recent Fortnite update, that has never been enabled, and it's just been the normal Fortnite OG playlist, which is a little disappointing for some people who might want to play Fortnite OG but they don't want to go up against real players. But now it's a little bit more disappointing for people who do want to go against real players in Fortnite OG, because if you're not playing ranked mode for Fortnite OG, there's a high probability that you're just going to be getting other bots in your actual match. This is because, according to Ali Jax over on Twitter, most recently Fortnite OG, both the zero build and building enabled ones, are having around 92 bots per match, meaning that including you, there's only 8 real players in these matches, or, you know, 7 real opponents. And it is a situation that has happened before, you know, when the mode first came out, even though they didn't have the bot lobby set up or anything else, and they still don't, you would still get like 80-ish, 60-ish bots in your actual match, and there would be a real small amount of actual players. But then they rolled that back because a lot of people in the community disliked that. You know, they wanted to have the OG experience where they were able to go against actual players and, you know, show their skill against everyone else. And then now that the mode has actually kind of died down a bit, it appears that they've reverted those changes but made them more extreme for the amount of bots that actually show up in your game. Now, keep in mind, 5 months ago, Fortnite OG building enable peaked at 1.3 million players, and Fortnite OG zero build peaked 5 months ago as well with 342,000 players. However, now, as of the time of recording this video, Fortnite OG building enabled has 33.8 thousand players, and Fortnite OG zero build has 25.3 thousand players. And then, of course, when it comes to the ranked versions of these modes, they're a lot lower. And actually, I kind of forgot that Fortnite OG zero build ranked was removed, so when it comes to Fortnite ranked zero build with, or I mean not zero build, but, you know, ranked with building enabled, they currently only have 2.5 thousand players playing it right now, meaning that the player count has dwindled a lot from where it originally was. And it makes sense that they most likely enabled these bot playlists, or, you know, like 90 bots in a match type system, just so that you could find a match quicker, right? You know, keep the matchmaking times up really fast, so people who actually do play Fortnite OG end up getting Fortnite OG matches really fast and being able to play against other people, or I guess, you know, being able just to play a match in general quicker than they might have if they didn't have this whole entire bot lobby system in place. I know some people are disappointed about the whole bot lobby system in Fortnite, but it is something that is continuing to, you know, be a filler in people's matches, and it is going to continue to exist because of the simple fact that, hey, regardless of if a playlist needs bot lobbies or not, like, you know, it makes the whole entire queue time faster, it makes it quicker for people to find matches, and some people are actually going to be able to get more wins than they would have if it was a real lobby that they were facing off against. It does kind of suck in some situations, because like when Fortnite OG gets a new season, those players are going to have to get their victory umbrella or whatever else in a somewhat unfair lobby, because they'll be at the advantage of having mostly bots in there. But I guess it's just kind of the way Fortnite's going to evolve, especially since they're getting into this whole entire schedule of releasing 3 new game modes every single year. We saw that in the first year of Fortnite, actually ended up releasing all their metaverse modes with like Lego Fortnite Odyssey. We saw it with the Fortnite Festival and Rocket Racing. And then the year after that, we got Fortnite OG. We got ourselves the Lego Fortnite Brick Life, and a third mode that I feel like I probably shouldn't be forgetting right now. Ballistic, yeah, there we go. Ballistic was the mode. So in my personal opinion, as Fortnite continues to evolve, we're going to be seeing more and more bot night lobbies all over the place. And it could be a temporary filter until Fortnite, you know, decides to replace the system with something else, but I highly doubt it just because of the fact that we've seen how Epic Games has worked before, we've seen how games go with their whole entire bot system, and I think the whole philosophy they're doing behind it, and keep in mind it's just speculation, is sure, some people who want to be competitive don't like going up against mainly bots in the game, but at the same time, there is a high amount of players who just casually hop on, you know, play a match here and there, and then call it a day. And if they're having a terrible time, they're not going to come back and play more often. However, if they're playing these bot matches, you know, these casual focused lobbies, and they're actually going to be, or, you know, they're getting in like the top 5, top 10, whatever else, they might actually be inclined to come back to the game because, you know, they've spent money on it, they got cool skins, and they don't have an entirely bad feeling about losing a match because, hey, you know, they did pretty good in that previous lobby. And of course, you know, some players aren't even going to realize that it is bots they're facing, right? You know, not everyone is going to know, oh, that was a bot. They can just think, oh, you know, it's skill-based matchmaking doing its work. We're in the same type of skill level, so it makes sense that they're going to aim around like how I aim. But it does also kind of show that when it comes to these game modes that Epic Games releases, a lot of them just kind of die out shortly after release. Like Reload did really good. Reload is like a good mode that, you know, gets the same amount of players, you know, like half or whatever, but still in the same area as Battle Royale and Battle Royale Zero build. But when it comes to like Fortnite OG, Lego Fortnite Odyssey, what else can we even think of? Save the World, except that's been here basically since Fortnite even started. Ballistic. When it comes to any of these other modes that they're releasing, they get a nice spike when they originally come out, and then afterwards, you know, it goes, and then you see like 30,000 players for Fortnite OG, you see 30,000 players right now in Lego Fortnite Odyssey, you see like 7,000 in Ballistic, you see all these small numbers, and it feels like it's going to be the cycle of the game mode comes out, it's really cool, a lot of people are enjoying it, then it kind of dies down, Epic Games adds more bots to it, if bots are an option they can actually add, because, you know, some things like Odyssey they can't. They slow down the updates to that official mode because not enough people are actually playing it for them to go ahead and, you know, see a actual wise investment on their part. I mean, we saw it with Fortnite Rocket Racing. They had, you know, tried putting some updates out here and there for the mode, and then it just died out. So they were like, you know what? We're just using this mode to sell car collabs now, right? You know, we're just using this to sell vehicles. The mode doesn't exist, so we're not going to update it. It's just here to sell vehicle cosmetics. And they ended up, you know, putting all that little dev team system or whatever else into their other projects like Battle Royale, maybe even back into Rocket Racing where they originally, you know, started developing on or whatever else, and it just seems like it's going to be a system that repeats over and over and over again, where it launches at first it's cool and then it just dies out later down the line. But of course, I guess only time will tell what actually ends up happening with all these different systems and, you know, them adding bots into the Fortnite OG maps and all that type of stuff. Let me know, would you still play Fortnite OG if you were the only real person dropping in game? I know for people like me, you know, I'm chill with it. You know, I do bot lobbies all the time. You know, even in Call of Duty, they have like the casual mode or whatever. In Warzone, I typically don't play Warzone, but I'm down to play some casual, even though there are some real sweaty players in there sometimes. So it's just, you know, personal preference in some places. But I guess if you're like a competitive player and you want to have that fulfilled experience, you either have to play competitive until you get to like gold rank or whatever else rank it is that actually disables bots in their matches, deal with the longer matchmaking queues to get people around your rank, and then you can go ahead and have fun that way. But if you want to just go ahead and hop into a quick match or whatever, it's guaranteed to basically just be bots this entire time, right? Like, let's be honest here. It doesn't matter if Fortnite returns on iOS fully in every place, you're still going to have a lot of bot lobbies, even if you're not doing methods to get the bot lobbies yourselves. But until next time, I hope champs and champions enjoyed today's video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike if you didn't like it, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow with another upload. So until then, peace out.